Good morning.
I have a feeling I may have sent the wrong link to people, but that's okay. We appear to be arriving. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, it is already, can you believe it's, good morning. It's Monday, the 22nd of January. I can't believe James is here. It's so exciting. It's Monday, the 22nd of January. James, before I get going, I've got to say good morning. Are you still in hospital, I hope? You've only just come out of ICU, haven't you?
Yes, I see you.
I see you too. How are you?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
A little tender this morning, but I am here.
You are here. That's ridiculous.
It's all perfectly fine.
Good.
I'm in a wonderful place with incredible, talented people here in Salford. So I just need to do the right processes now and move through this moment in time.
That's it.
So it's just good to be here.
So come on, tell us. You fell.
I slipped on the tiles in the sauna between the shower and the wet room area and hit the deck at a substantial speed.
What's the result?
The result is the top part of my spine. There is a hole that the body is rebuilding at the moment. C3 and C4 are now titanium pieces that are fusing together. Bolts, basically very, very technical pieces of Meccano. And I've got lower lumbar damage as well. But I have actually walked, stood up out of the bed.
Wow.
And moved on a device to the toilet. So I've made some minor assisted movements.
That's incredible.
Guided. So and I'm getting stronger, and that only happened last Sunday. The incident, I was in Wigan ICU for Wigan A&E for 2 days until they managed to get the right sort of package together, and then they moved me up here to Salford with a specialist spinal unit. And this ward I'm on only opened on Thursday. It's not very full as they're scaling it up. It's got an incredibly dedicated team, and floor of theatres above me, and helicopter pad on the roof. So it's pretty good, the NHS.
We're fortunate, aren't we?
Incredible, world class.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be here without it, right? And I think we're all pretty much in the same boat. I'm really glad you're here, and I'm really glad that you've joined us, James. It's exciting that you've even got here, and I'm looking forward to your recovery. There's been quite a lot of people been in that situation. I saw Louise's reel earlier. Now we're in MJ's house. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Please do share the space. I am practicing. I practiced last week actually, and this week we're going down to Accessibility Partners and Inclusion are going down to the other end of the country. So we're going to be near Devon, and we're going to be delivering to a group of individuals who need to hear all about our services. So what I wanted to do this morning was I wanted to present something that I am going to be presenting on Friday alongside Marie. So I'm just literally going to see if I can. Yes, I can. I can put this in the link. Yes, I can. There we go. And look at me having not. There we go. So this is a slightly different presentation. It's like the back half of the front half of the back half of the one that I was talking about the other day, and I'm just going to change my view and see if I can make it a bit easier to see. There we go. So we are live on LinkedIn. Yeah, we are. We're everywhere. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on X, which was Twitter, of course. We're on StreamYard, and we're on Twitch. So I think perhaps I may have got the streaming sorted now. Yeah, I just want to really reiterate and drill down on who and what and how I am, and who we are and how we've grown. And the reason for that is because when I was thinking about the key in the lock that is Accessibility Partners, and those that are online at the moment will see that key in the lock. The lock actually is our heart, and our tagline for Accessibility Partners is unlocking your potential. It's unlocking our potential, actually, because everybody that works with Accessibility Partners, I find, unlocks their potential concurrently. And I'm going to ask Marie to speak into that in a moment, because I really feel that that we are just better together, and you'll see that on the left-hand side. You know, we can go quite far on our own, particularly if we go to university a lot, and I have. And over the years, I've done some pretty good work in a lot of spaces. But I can't help thinking that I just am not that great just alone. I need help to move around the world. I need help in the built environment. And I'm just better when somebody else is alongside me. I think we can all say that is true for ourselves. We began this journey, and if you are looking on social media, and you can of course look later because these will be available, YouTube, etc. They're all available. We're creating a catalogue where we produced a petition that said that Access to Work was making work impossible. Their tagline is making work possible, and I had taken a large red cross, put it across the word possible, and typed impossible. Oh dear, I have already shared the wrong link to people, and I'm wondering if anyone on the stage can share it with individuals that work with us. That'd be great. So I've sent the wrong link. I'm quite sure people need that sharing. So if you can share it in the daily intentions room, that'd be great. I think I've shared the wrong link. So that'd be great. Never mind, they can see it on replay, can't they? For those of them that don't realise we're in MJ's house on a Monday morning, I've completely thrown them because I'm rubbish at certain things. That's why I need a PA. So yeah, making Access to Work impossible. But I feel that in spite of the fact that Access to Work actually is almost an impossibility on our own, that we create a partnership of heartfelt support for everybody's mutual benefit. No matter how hard it is, we work together. That's Accessibility Partners and inclusion. I've just put a little bit about who and what and how we are, but we are definitely collaborative services. We provide one-to-one strategy coaching in Accessibility Partners. Once you have applied to Access to Work, it can take up to 16 weeks, in fact, for that to be authorised. And we have to specifically ask for it. If we don't specifically ask for it, you don't get it. And when you are offered it, you're offered it from Maximus, who, you know, they're great, and so are the people that work with them. But you can also choose your strategy coaching, and so you should be able to. We also help you set up your support staff and assist you with that. And again, accessing support staff isn't an easy game, but it is something that's possible. And so we handhold the assessment process through the Access to Work programme, Accessibility Partners, because we don't believe that actually it's that doable without us. So we provide collaborative services, and for those watching online, and there are those, welcome everyone. We provide collaborative services where we work with you, not on you, because we believe that everybody should be able to get on the bus, right? We want to provide a one-stop shop, and I've been looking at OMEOs all over the world, and we're looking for partnerships with lots of providers, not just Adaptability, because we are better together. And what are our plans? Well, longer term plans, I'm going to be straight about it. We are a one-stop shop. I've just noticed there's a fellow there, but there we go. A one-stop shop, a one-stop invoice, and a one-claim outcome, because access to work is just not doable without that being the case. And so it's something we've developed. We don't believe anyone else is doing it the same way as we are. And in fact, it means one invoice, one claim, one call, and then one payment from Access to Work to access that equipment. And that is almost, again, insurmountable without that backing behind you. That's my experience. We want to lead to health and social care provision, to supported employment for the most affected, for delivery via disabled students allowance, because that really has been undermined and undervalued and devalued over the last 2, 3, 5 years. And so what we want to provide, all in all, are wider support packages and facilitation that we create through our partnership services. That's going to facilitate inclusion. So they are our future plans. And what's challenging about that? Well, I'll tell you, nearly everything. Disabled people can't access workfulness easily, particularly independently. Getting an interview is hard enough. Having that interview mean anything is even more challenging. Having a job you can actually do and apply for, where the built environment is not overwhelming, and then for your employer not to be made responsible for that is well, now and impossible. In fact, any employer is responsible for your entrance and egress from the building, which means if you've got a business and it's got steps and it hasn't got a lift, then you are not providing access to individuals who have disabilities. And Access to Work's first response can be anything from, well, one day if you're an employment support allowance client, because they love answering employment support allowance clients the very next day, we've known, because that means that they can move them from welfare benefits, but up to 6 months if, of course, you're not. This program is complicated. It's got a lot of elements, and it's almost impossible to navigate alone. Try it on your own, and please, if you've already done that, let us know your experiences, because I would love to hear them. The services are disconnected. They're vast, and they are often individually required, and they're often not appropriate. Work, education, and health and social care are disconnected, and they don't even communicate, but neither do the services within Access to Work, about Access to Work, for Access to Work. So they're just a whistle-stop tour through what is challenging. Understanding the funding streams and the impact on our Access to Work is also wildly challenging. Education DSA affects everything. It affects your income, and it can affect, depending on what you're getting through your student finance funds, not your fees, but your funds, might impact your welfare benefits. Workfulness and Access to Work also could impact your benefits depending on your income levels. And your care and support, if you have a package through your local authority, which is rare but does happen, can also be affected by your income. Your money, if you are in receipt of benefits, that's your personal independence payment, your employment support allowance, or universal credit or tax credits, which are now being phased out, and other support streams, are difficult to understand in connection and in collaboration with all of the other funding streams. But we know what we're doing, and we know how to help you place those income streams within your experience and get access to education, work, and training. Our partnership objectives, and these are all of our partnerships, are to help as many disabled people access a personal mobility device as possible, to enable people to access their funding streams through us, through our partners such as Adaptability and MyAbility and many other partners. The A-Linker is coming on board, and we are also partnering with Fundraiser, and that will be confirmed today actually as a meeting. so that we can create accessibility and work opportunities for all. And those people who did come into the wrong link have found us now. So I think it was a little bit of a puzzle this morning. Apologies. We want to create global inclusion, because I believe that we're better together, and equality is only going to happen when equity is served. And equity might, to other people, look like preferential treatment, and that's okay, because disabled people have been downtrodden for so long that if we receive anything at all, it looks like we're being treated better than we should be. Those partnerships lead to that accessibility and equity. We are the leading service provider for access to work services because we connect everything. This organisation understands those connected funding streams, and we are a procurement expert in the field of equality, diversity and inclusion. Look, if there's equipment out there that you can access, you can be sure that either we know about it or we know somebody that can come and tell you about it or bring it and show you, which is even more exciting. We are committed to inclusive practices, but we do it differently. How do we do it differently? Well, we partner with Omeo, actually, Accessibility partners with adaptability and the Omeo technology. We also partner with Myability and the 4x4 standing technology, and now the A-Linker, which is a sit-on exercising A-frame that is a bit like a sitting rollator that exercises you. So we're looking at health and well-being for all of us, no matter what our limits. Why should we work together? Well, I'll tell you this, because there's 1 in 5 people are disabled. Because accessing a personal mobility device takes 18 months to 2 years through the local authority or the NHS. And we need to get the 1 in 5 tax efficient. We need to be sharing what we know as the purple pound. And the purple pound is the disability pound. I believe that we work through our stories, and the stories that we hold are plentiful, and they're going to be shared this week. So if you're not around this morning, or you've got this on replay, then look out on Instagram for a link to our replays of next Friday. Friday we will be down south and we'll be playing some links back from that. But one of the stories that I'll be giving is a lady who is diagnosed neurodivergent. She is dyslexic, dyspraxic, autistic, ADHD, and has chronic health conditions. She's a wheelchair user who feels one side from the waist down, and she's diagnosed as savant autistic. That's what they call high functioning autistic, or autistic with a preferred interest, somebody that has a hyper focus on a particular interest or information. She's pretty much been misunderstood all of her life and was almost unemployable because of her health. That person, of course, is me. And much as the link says, the slide says Mary Jane, it's a bit of a nod to the fact that a lot of people have called me that in the past. I think it might be to do with the name that it also means. I'm not going to talk about it now, but I think Mary Jane is reference to a drug, that it's actually me, MJ. You know, I am all those things. And it was only yesterday that a friend of mine, Cindy Gullop, popped on LinkedIn, if you're looking for her, that she likes to blow shit up. By that, she likes to just blow ideas out of the water. And one of them was, if there aren't opportunities out there, then make them. And I posted to say that's exactly what I'd done. Women are behind in tech, in sex tech, which is what Cindy's into, and of course in every form of business. But we are definitely better when we're creating things for ourselves, about ourselves, and on behalf of people like us. And that's what I did. Our second example is an individual who was also a director of their own company. They developed inclusive recovery services, and they've already made their minimum income guarantee in the first 6 months of being in business. We need to be together, taking a bottom-up approach for everybody. that individual experienced addiction, breakdown of their family situation, bereavement, disability and exclusion, but they are definitely working well and working effectively and moving through education, higher education, as it was. I've named them Harry. You know, we support from where the individual is at. And I've just listened to yet another TED talk and interaction from Meet Us Where We're At. The latest Buzzword social work podcast this week is Meet Us Where We Are At. It focuses on addiction and families involved in social services and the fact that those families did not feel that the social worker met them where they were at, understood who they were, understood where they were at, or understood their difficulties. But we do. And if you're looking at the slide, you'll see that, thank you, Matt, for sharing this, that we understand welfare benefits. We understand that you need a handheld approach because the only way to create personal efficacy, personal power is through agency and voice. And that can't happen without that handheld approach. Our strategy coaching really does 10x your performance in relation to your intersectionality. The difference between us and other strategy coaches is that we understand disability from a lived experience and we understand disability across the spectrum. It isn't just the fact that I'm neurodivergent. We have access to powerful partnerships. That's not just with government agencies, but also with businesses and individuals who provide alternative provision. I have a device coming, would you believe, from Russia in the post this week. Access to powerful partnerships. And we understand access to work. Access to work is a minefield that has taken me 20 months to get to straight again from COVID times. And I believe we have a handle on the entire process. Access to education. The DSA service, Disabled Students Allowance, is virtually unnavigatable. And access to health and social care. If you are going to work and you're going to learn, but you have disabilities, it's going to be very challenging at home without access to that help, that support, particularly if maybe your husband or your wife works for God forbid that you should be disabled and your partner have a job. We know how difficult it is to actually carry out a job when you have a disabled partner and how much stress and pressure on a daily basis, on a minute by minute basis, those individuals without care and support at home and access to work provision during the workplace and or help at university really is. We've got people whose husbands come home at lunchtime, take them to the toilet and feed them and then put them back in their chair and help them get back to their workplace, their workstation. You know, it's not actually acceptable and it's not accessible and it's not what we do. We pull support around you and encourage you whilst you might want to work with those close to you, certainly initially. It's always good to get people that can come to you and work there specifically for you on your behalf, allowing you and your loved ones to have a relationship, not a care and support package. We know where the funding is and we know how to access it and we help you access it. So we support the individual from where they're at. What are the objectives and benefits of these partnerships? Well, we believe and we know and we can prove and we can evidence that we have increased career and employment possibilities. You have access to inclusive, accessible partnerships and they are mutually beneficial for inclusion outcomes. We hold shared values, a shared vision and a shared mission, and they're not just words. We have a shared love for choice and control. Choice and control underpins everything. Our values are choice and control. You should be allowed choice and you should be allowed an element of that control. That vision is that you have a possibility, a future that you've not seen before, and that our mission is to help you get there. Inclusion is a right. It's not a privilege. And so I believe that partnering with us is definitely the way forward. I've removed that PowerPoint from our stage, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that's here, sharing with me this morning, helping me go through the other half of the presentation that I'm going to be delivering with Marie on Friday. Do you know, without you, I wouldn't be where I am now. And I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, and I wouldn't have helped. We wouldn't have helped. Our team could not have facilitated the miraculous outcomes that we have for the hundreds of people that we have been working with over the last 2 years, and we could not have made the kind of progress that we've made unless I'd had you all on side. I asked Julian actually yesterday, I was writing an assignment, and I said to her in the afternoon, I can barely see you. Literally, I was seeing double. And I said, please concentrate on me writing this afternoon, because if I don't get this uploaded, I'm not sure how next week's going to be. And I truthfully believe that because Jew focused on my progress yesterday afternoon from his bed in his facility, I believe that I was able to finish that 3,000 word submission and get it uploaded. I do believe we're better together, and I believe we're better together whether or not we are actively, physically out there doing something. Your energy, your attention, your intention, and your support of this mission is vital, and I couldn't have done it without you, and we couldn't move forward without you. So thank you for being here, every single last one of you. Especially those on stage, right? James, you're in hospital, but you're still here. Marie, I get you up at stupid o'clock in the morning, and you are always alongside me. And Jew, there isn't a morning that if I ring you, that you are not there for me. So I just want to celebrate that this morning and say, welcome to Monday, the 22nd of January. All the twos and the ones. I know there's 3 twos in this date. We'll have to look at what that means. But Jew, you're going to be alongside me this week. We're going to be doing a webinar, of course, and you're going to be. We're going to have to make sure that you can get in on Friday. And James, I'm gonna so even though you're not coming physically with us, it's the only reason you went into hospital, isn't it? Is to avoid coming all the way to Devon with me. And Marie, I'm looking forward to us spending a couple of days together. And really starting to smash these partnerships that we are connecting to. Jew, are you there? What do you think? Do you think we're better together? Can you unmic?
Hello.
Hello. Good morning again.
Good morning.
We've got quite a bit of time.
Always feel better when I'm next to you.
And you know, your energy yesterday afternoon really helped me get through. When I uploaded that assignment, I don't know what time, but 9:30, I couldn't actually believe that I'd gone from 600 words to 3,000. But I just kept ringing back, didn't I? And there's another 1,000, and there's another 1,000.
You did.
Progress, right? Little incremental steps, checking in, being accountable, getting a little bit of a back pat. You know, well done there. Keep going. Do you think it works?
Definitely worked for you yesterday.
It did, and you know why?
Why?
Because we're better together, Jew. You walked into that one, didn't you?
I did, Rosa.
We're playing a good game though, really, because we're about to go through the access to work process for you, aren't we?
We are.
I'm so excited that we're nearly there. And I'm investigating with a solicitor. Just thought I'd tell you.
Solicitor.
We just thought we'd get our own. Yeah? What do you reckon?
I reckon it's a reasonable idea.
I just think it's necessary. I'm sick of worrying. And I think if we've got a solicitor, we can just take advice. They're a human rights and inclusion solicitor, and they've been working with a number of agencies for a number of years. And she's a bit of a fire starter. You notice I said she.
Bit another prodigy.
I'm very excited. So we should hear from her. And that means that when we're approaching all of yours, we can just get her on alongside, can't we? And then maybe the local authority might start listening a little more closely. What do you reckon?
Well, I've lost all hope with the local authority, so it needs rebuilding.
I agree. Needs a rocket up the bum. And, you know, we're creating entrepreneurs. That's what you're going to be. That's what Access to Work are about to process, right? And I'm not sure that they're ready, to be honest, but we're going to make them ready because I can't wait for your assessment. And I can't wait to find out who's going to provide the advice for your equipment. I'm very, very excited to find out. So watch this space, everybody. Okay, I'm going to reset, and I just want to say hey to everybody that's here this morning. Please do come off if you'd like to. We've only got another 29 minutes because we are over, I believe, on LinkedIn at 7 o'clock with the incredible Pete Cohen for Mindset Monday. So we have half an hour together. It leads me to be able to talk to my my right-hand woman, Marie. There.
I am lovely.
How are you this morning again?
No, I'm good. I'm really, really good. Do you know, firstly, I wanted to say a massive, massive happy birthday to Alexia.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday! She's
I
not
know.
here. She's not here.
She's
Oh,
on my
she-
stage.
Oh, is she?
She's on my stage.
Well, she's not. Oh, there
is.
she is. She is on mine. There we are. Hey, are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alexia. Happy birthday to you.
I wasn't coming in this morning because I was going to give myself a break. But when I saw James was there, I thought, no, I've got to come. So,
Yeah. Happy birthday. How many years young aren't we? Are you 21? Again, like me.
Yeah, I'm definitely 21 again.
Yes!
Let's leave the actual numbers out of it.
Oh, I love your numbers, and I love the fact that you're 21 like me. I just think you need to. Oh, look who's here! Goodness me! Oh, it's so exciting. Dr. Julie's here. I'm so excited. Yeah. So happy birthday! Happy birthday! What are you up to today, Alexia?
Well, I've got an assignment to do very kindly because I'm struggling a bit at the minute with OU and what I'm doing. She's sorted out my notes, so I've got to sit down and sort that out. I've normally written my blog for today, but I'm halfway through it. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Incredible.
For this one, I'm picking something that a lot of us use, not just as a companion, but as a helper. And I'm talking about the dog, because it's a forgotten point that it does so much to make our life better and to improve this planet. So that's what this week's blog is going to be about. And that's what I'm in the process of doing this morning.
Oh, do you know, I'm going to say this, right? I feel sometimes when you say, I've not quite got through this, I just feel so much better because I'm here. I'm here. And honestly, you've never seen anything like it. Getting my pajamas out of the bags that I've got last night, because, you know, I'm in between moving. And now look like my floor drobe is now everywhere. And I just feel a little bit discombobulated, like I've not quite drunk my smoothie and I've only just taken my tablets and my books are all over and I'm a little bit upside down.
I treated myself to a birthday present yesterday when I should have been doing my OU work. I went into town with Daniel and got one of these snood things.
Oh.
It's a reversible one, so I'm sitting in my nightwear with that on, which is all cuddly this morning.
I love snuggling. Do you know, me and my bed, I've got some sort of obsession with beds now. I'm like, literally, I've just bought a new bed. I'm not going to tell you how much it was, ludicrous amounts of money for beds. But bought a new bed and I'm going to arrange delivery today. And I'm so excited to get a bed. My sleep score I'm now registering my sleep score every night. I get a sleep AI result now to
Oh,
see,
dear.
and I can
Oh,
even
Goes
play
through.
my sleep talking after to see what I said last night.
That's the one thing of all the things I've improved that I haven't found a way of doing yet is improving my sleep, and it is actually
Oh, let me help.
it's getting worse.
Oh, when we get together, I think we should have a coaching session, half of it just on sleep. Because
Yeah.
honestly, I've worked with the only psychiatrist I ever liked was a girl, and she worked with the Hearing Voices Network and and we talked about sleep. And she's the only psychiatrist the only therapist actually, that's ever given me any actual practical tips that really impacted my sleep in a massive way. The only one. And I've met lots of psychiatrists, but she's the only one that did. And I think in combination with the things I learned in the MI365 group and in my coaching program, really my magnificent health is as a result of all of the investigation and application over time that I've had to do. I think I got 4.5 hours last night, and that's terrible for me. At the moment, I'm now averaging like 7 hours and 36 minutes. My sleep score can go up to 80, but some nights it's just shot, and that's usually to do with pain or medication.
Yeah. It's what I sit in the chair down. I try to stop at 7 o'clock at night, so I give my body time to stop. But then I go upstairs to bed and I have a bath because that helps. And then it's like I get into bed and I'm not comfortable and I don't know what to do with myself. I said to Daniel, you wouldn't want to share a bed with me. I said, well, we will have the same sense of humour here.
We do.
I'm just never comfortable.
No, I can actually hear when I say I listen to my sleep talking. What I hear actually is not talking. It's usually crying out. So I've got recordings of me, and every time I turn or move, you hear me cry out. So I have recordings of that. And I think that having one of those sleep apps might help you, because if you notice just how much pain you're in on a night, it might be that you start doing something about that before you go to bed, which is why I've ordered a new bed, right? I've ordered a new bed because clearly I am not resting and my mattress is not protecting me, not supporting me the way it should.
I thought when I got myself financially sorted out was a decent mattress.
That's it. That's what I've ordered.
When Anne took me in, the mattress I was sleeping on, you could feel every spring in it.
Yeah.
And I did think you could feel every spring in it.
Yeah.
And
it's something we ignore, I think. Not ignore, but don't take enough credence of.
We don't. I agree. I've looked into it many ways, tried many apps, and I'm always open to any new idea, because that is another thing about what you talk about, what we do in inclusion, is talking about the challenges, because you don't know what somebody else knows.
No idea.
That's so important.
No, it is. It is. It really is. I mean, the people that have been in this room, I don't know whether you remember Dr. Emmy. I mean, she's not been in for a while. But Dr. Emmy, I listened to her for a long time, and it wasn't until I actually investigated that I found out just what she's created, and what she's created is pretty phenomenal. And funnily enough, a bit like AP, Accessibility Partners and Inclusion, she created it for herself first, right? Because she literally, she went to college, she went to uni, she went to doctor school to work out how to lose £100. How not to be overweight, how not to be obese, and she realized it wasn't about what she was eating. That was a crazy thing. It was about her metabolic health and about how flex her system was in carb burning and fat burning, and what she had to do for that. Now the thing is, I wasn't taught any of that at school. Not a thing. I was taught about, your 5 a day, which is a load of rubbish. And, I wasn't even told that fruit's a carb, which I know everybody's just going to be laughing at now. They'll be like, what? She didn't know fruit was a carb. What? I was like, what do you mean I can't eat all the grapes in the world? I want to eat all the grapes in the world. And I remember Hannah, I'm going to say this now. I remember Hannah looking at a drink of mine. It was about a litre or something. She just went, there looks a lot there. And I was like, oh, I didn't understand at the time. But she was basically talking about portion sizes. And I had no idea. I had no idea what a real portion size was. Or what a balanced plate is. Or how that affects my sleep. Right?
It is so dangerous. Today's plates are so big.
They are.
There's way, way, way too much food.
There is. Absolutely.
I eat a little bit more this time of year, and that's partly because of the Raynaud's disease. If I don't eat enough, it sets it off. I've realised that. So I make myself a porridge in the morning, and that's a proper porridge. Marie, when she first came to me, I don't think I like that. She does like it.
I love it. I do nuts, fruit. I do flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, you name it.
Everything, and you don't need anything else during the day except water, the right drinks, and we all know what the right tea and coffee is.
We do know what the right tea and coffee is. In fact, I tell you what, I put my green tea with my vitamin C tablet. Once it cools down, my green tea.
I haven't drank any green tea.
Oh, come on now. Come on now, it's winter.
You see, with everything that's going on with me, I bring these things up because I think it's important for people to know. Most of you know in this room, I've had a bit of a financial challenge. But if I hadn't had the support, I would be in serious shit right now.
Well,
I wouldn't be able to afford the coffee. So by connecting with each other, by helping with each other,
we're just better together.
Exactly. And that's what I write about in the blogs. We are better together. All the animals I write about, all the books that Marie and I have put together show you how without animals on this planet and keeping that balance right, we're not going to survive. It's as simple as that.
Let's face it, we are Earth's midlife crisis, right? We haven't been here for 40 million years, and we're not going to be here for another 40 million years. We're just a blot in the middle of its life. Like Earth is like, now then, what's going on in my midlife? Oh, they're called humans.
I've set a few of them off now. I'm getting fed up with them.
I'm not sure the Earth's that keen on us, to be honest, and I wouldn't be keen on us. I really wouldn't. I'd be like, get them off here now. They're just taking everything. It's not right, is it, Alexia?
It's the fact. I don't mind them using things. We all use it. We wouldn't have houses. We wouldn't have phones. We wouldn't have the things we're using on here now. But because I'm doing university, I'm getting agitated. Also, I can't walk as well either. And there's some rubbish dumped, and it gets me really wound up. And when I went out with Daniel, we came back past it yesterday. He said, stop getting wound up about it. But it's such a simple thing that we can all do. It's think before we buy. We do need to buy. Of course we do. I didn't actually need this Snapple, but it's my birthday, and
it's your birthday. You're allowed surprises.
Yeah, and it is nice. Oh God, it is. I actually bought next year's Christmas tree at the same time.
Did you? I'd like a pink Christmas tree next year. I want a pink Christmas
a multicolored one.
I'd like a pink one.
When you get here, you're going to have to meet Daniel because you love Daniel.
Oh,
He's got one of these magic gifts that he'll just find something that fits. Do you know what he's doing for me now?
I don't.
I told Marie yesterday. Well, my aim is to have a fully heated mobility scooter with all the mod cons, and I will have it. It's on the cards. But he found second-hand a proper cover that goes on the scooter with a proper frame.
Incredible.
Well, they cost £2,000 or £3,000 new. and you need the metal frame. He found me one for 60 quid.
Good God.
And by Wednesday this week, I shall have a mobility scooter that's all undercover.
You see, you've predicted that. You spoke about this months ago. This is the power of bringing things to fruition, because we say them and then we act, and then the people around us act in ways to make that happen. You're an absolute alchemist.
Well,
Alexia.
this is exactly how I got this house, MJ. And I wish I could find a piece of paper, because unfortunately Anne's not here anymore. But I wrote, I wanted to meet somebody younger than me, who's just a friend, who can do the jobs that I can't do.
You did. And
And
here
I
he
did.
is.
And it's funny, because when we were out yesterday, because it's market, one of the market days, and we speak on Sunday, a lot of his older friends said, "Is that your mum?" "No, that's my friend."
Is that your mum? Yeah, with your mum. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I think all of our relationships are just as important, whether or not they were birth family or their adopted family. I have so many family members that aren't part of my birth family, my caress.
Oh, I do.
I really do.
Well, my brother's a bit like your brother.
Listen, I love my brother, right? It's
Yeah,
just
so
that
do I.
it's just that we don't.
He
we're
did
not.
get me out a spot of bother end
Yeah.
of last year and this year. I have to be fair.
Many years ago, when I was 21, my brother got me out of a spot of bother as well. So I'm not dissing him for being who he is. Life can be hard, right? And we're not.
And also, we have to remember the only personality we can control is our own.
Of course,
There
absolutely.
absolutely no
Absolutely.
that the rest of people put out there is that somebody else has got to do this, somebody else has got to make this happen.
It does come down to
You-
us with some help from our friends, eh?
It does, very much so.
With a little
Yeah.
help from our friends. I think that's that's the
Yeah.
game. I think
And
that's
my friend
that's
on the
the
stage
key.
and you, if she hadn't helped me out yesterday, I'll tell you now, I don't think my assignment would be going in on time.
Well, all I can say is that we are definitely, without a doubt, crap on our own.
We definitely are. It's about, as soon as James is back on his feet, we've definitely got to get up to some mischief, because we've missed you, James.
We have, and I did try and get him up to some mischief, as in this next weekend, but unfortunately,
Yeah, I know you
it's
do.
just going to have to be virtual for a minute. It's just a practice run. Well, I just want to say hey to everybody who is here with me in MJ's house. We are also, Joe, Naomi, and Emma, please do join the house, because then at least you'll get invited when I do the link wrong. And then you won't be searching for it. So please do join, because without a PA doing my links, really, I'm just not incredible enough. I need some assistance.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be mine on Mondays.
I know. I know, but to be honest, I do it all on my own. I'm going to have to hand it over, because clearly I just keep doing it incorrectly, no matter how often I try. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better than I was. At least I can find a link, put it on Instagram, and actually post it. Let's face it, I didn't used to be able to connect onto Facebook. Now I'm on about 5 different platforms, 1, 2, 3, something like that, all at the same time. So we are learning. We are learning.
Oh, I've got a long way to go.
I can remember
I'm gonna have
going,
to come
how
down
do
and stay
people
with
do that?
you and have some lessons on this lot, I think, mate. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to have to do.
Well, the thing is, on Friday, when you come on the webinar, you will be getting some lessons, because you'll be able to see how StreamYard works, and I'll show you how we put it onto multiple platforms. So I will be showing you.
Because that's what I need to do with these blogs, and I need to start doing
That's
recording
it.
what I'm doing.
That's it. It's slowly catchy monkey, right? It's about
Yeah,
little
yeah.
incremental
Yeah.
steps. I didn't even know how all this worked. It was literally suck it and see, and then just keep doing and keep doing. Do you remember when I
Do
couldn't?
you remember
Go
our
on.
first meeting, and you were saying to me, you press that button at the top of the
Ah.
computer. What button?
Oh,
And
and I
yeah.
couldn't believe how blind you were. Like, I couldn't believe how limited your sight was. I couldn't
And
believe
also, it's not just a limited sight.
it's a
What
tunnel
I
vision
love
as well.
about computers is self-taught. Because when I went to a computer class, because I couldn't keep up, they wouldn't give me extra time. I was just told to get on with it.
Yeah.
So what did I do with it? I gave up. And what I know is what a friend taught me, sitting up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, how to use a computer.
There we are. You are incredible. You know, I do need to just acknowledge the fact that I just accept the fact that you just keep on keeping on. The fact that you've taught yourself a MacBook and the fact that you've been using one. I realise that we're really honoured to have all those skills already in place.
And I'm finally going to get my training shortly.
Hello?
To PC.
I noticed they haven't paid your dyslexia report yet, though, eh?
No,
It'll
it's
come.
coming.
It'll come.
I'll
It'll
get
come.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely, it'll come. Well, we are already only 10 minutes away from bobbing over to LinkedIn, but I don't want to leave without talking to Marie and James. So you've got at least 5 minutes each, which I think is amazing. I'm going to go to James first, just because he's late in hospital. James, I am so grateful. I know you said low at the beginning that you're here today. How's your pain level? And does your neck hurt? Are you there? Can you unmute? Oh, I don't know whether he can. If he can't, he's probably got a nurse. Marie, are you there?
I am, lovely.
There we are. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. God, you know, I've been sat here like my mind's always on the whir.
It
But
is.
I've been sat here thinking about Alexia, and you know, having the privilege to work so closely alongside her, and see the progress that she's made and what she pushes through on a daily basis. And until you're alongside someone actually working closely with them, you just cannot get a full rounded picture of what's actually occurring here. But then, do you know what? I thought about myself as well, MJ, and you know, I'm excited for the weekend, but of course we know this is a done deal. We already have known this, but I've never been privy to something that's grown so rapidly and so fast in the space of 18 months. I just haven't. And quite honestly, you know, we've had many conversations where we're having to take some deep breaths and just focus on what's at hand at the time, because this has happened very, very fast. And I believe the reason it's happened very, very fast is because of the value that's offered. And when I think about my own story, right, and I think fundamentally when I think about this business and what it's offering individuals, and I think about the story that we tell ourselves about ourselves on a daily basis. And I was vertical when, I was just about sitting upright, because of course we had 6 months of me just helping out here and there, managing what I could on a daily basis. And then we had the call where you said, look, like, you know, it's time for you to push yourself out your comfort zone. Do you think you've got it in you? Like, I want you to go away and have a really good think about this, because it's going to be incredibly hard work. And I never anticipated how much that conversation really meant. And of course, we're here today. And because I work so closely alongside the business and I coach so many people, I think about the story that I was telling myself a year ago, right? And when I'm talking about true value, because ultimately I believe, because we're going at point of delivery where the client's at the time, and start slowly working with them with where they're at, unleashing their potential, we start to see little miracles happen, right? And the importance of this is that we start to redefine our story. And for me, that's where true value lies, because we're going right into the heart space and really shifting mindsets here. And listen, all my life, I felt useless. I felt hapless, hopeless. Like, honestly, the shame and guilt that I carried every day was honestly like boulders that were pushing me into the ground every single day. And I started to really believe in my unique abilities. And I've got a lot to learn. I know I've got a lot to learn. But I'm starting to tell myself a different story, MJ, about myself. And that means a lot to me from where I've come from, because I live inside my own head, right? And I'm the only one keeping score. I know that today, that I am the only one keeping score. And when I'm starting to tell myself that I can make a difference in someone's life, and that I'm kind, and that I'm good, and that I am worth something, right? That means more than anything else in the world, because do you know what? I can wake up in the mornings and I can live with myself a little bit better. I genuinely can, because I can't tell you how horrifying it was to wake up every day feeling like you could not live with yourself. And I think that's what we do, is we redefine people's stories by one step at a time, working with them where they're at, to start recognising that every single human being has unique gifts and talents that they can unleash in this world. And that's just why we're better together. Because when we work alongside that on a daily basis, it's like a threefold. It's like a circle. It's all we're doing is, and we're just feeding into that story about ourselves as well when we're doing this. So listen, I'm grateful. I'll never forget the time you said to me, do you think that I'm, I can't think what word you used. But anyway, manipulating me in some way.
Do you think I've brainwashed you?
Brainwashed,
That's what I said.
You know, and I really thought about that. And do you know what? We're all brainwashed, MJ. Every single one of us, we're all brainwashed. But if I'm brainwashed in a way that's making me, that's lifting me up and helping me to see my own potential so that I can pass that on to others, then I'll be brainwashed every day of the week. Every day of the week. But I'm grateful, I am. And of course, when I work alongside people like Alexia and James and Ju, and I see what's capable in human beings, it keeps me going. It genuinely keeps me going, because I think to myself, this is just incredible. This is too incredible to watch and see how people push through these difficulties on a daily basis. But listen, when they're provided with some answers from people that know their stuff, it unleashes massive potential in people. So roll on. We're going to be nervous. We know we're going to be nervous, but we've got bigger fish to fry in the long run, so we may as well get used to it.
We had, really, because they just keep coming thick and fast, you know. So just as we deliver one presentation, there's another organisation ready to bring their entire staff cohort to us. We're having a university about to do the same. So yeah, it's exciting, and I'm already talking to other practitioners to come on board. So we are definitely better together, and we are without a doubt watching miracles. We are miracles. Now, James, are you there? We've got only 2 minutes before we all run over to LinkedIn to listen to Pete Cohen. Are you there? And if you're not, I hope you're okay, and I hope the hospital's going all right. Are they? I bet they're giving you your breakfast. I think our James is busy and indisposed, but there we are. You have been in MJ's house. We've been talking about creating connection. We're going to go over to LinkedIn now, because I do have my coach delivering at 7:00, and he's back from Uganda. Very exciting to see him there with the family. I'm looking forward to going over to Uganda and meeting the 101 children that we raised funds to create a farm for, and we are doing so much more than that, both here in England and abroad. For those of you that know where we are, just pop on the website and join. And for those that don't, then hit one of us up on the back channel, and we will give you the information. If you do want to work with us as a practitioner, then do please join in, and again, contact via the website. I've been talking with Bob this morning about his potential services, so I'm looking forward to us all working together. And Louise, you know where I am. So yeah, for those that are here, welcome, Andy. Nice to see you. Good morning. We are going to run across to LinkedIn now. You've been in MJ's house, and we've been talking about the power of creating connection, and that's what we're doing. Please watch this space. We're in inclusion at 7:00 tonight. Going over to the Zoom channel at 7:30. If you want to come and see what we get up to in inclusion, then you can come over. It is definitely Spec Ops. We are definitely making a difference in the UK. So you're welcome to come over there, but that is in inclusion. So we shall see you over there. And if not, I'll see you over in LinkedIn. Take care. Have a great Monday. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Thanks for being here.